Are you making any of these 3 major debt repayment mistakes without even realizing it? That single question could be the silent reason why your journey to financial freedom feels like running on a treadmill, watching others sprint ahead while you stay stuck in place. For many, it's easy to believe that paying off debt is simply about throwing as much money as possible at your loans until, eventually, you reach zero. But what if that well-intentioned strategy is exactly what's keeping you in debt longer than necessary? Let's start with the first mistake, a trap that catches even the most motivated among us. It's called emotional repayment. Imagine this. You have several debts, each with different balances and interest rates. There's that one small balance that just nags at you, so you pay it off first. It feels incredible. A quick win, a check mark on your to-do list. But beneath the surface, that feel-good moment could be costing you much more than you realize. You're ignoring the impact of interest rates. While you celebrate the disappearance of a small debt, the larger, high-interest balances quietly grow, draining your wallet with every passing day. The emotional satisfaction is real, but so is the financial damage. Over time, those interest payments add up, and you end up spending more money and more time in debt than if you had tackled the high-interest loans first. Now, let's talk about the second mistake, one that sneaks up on you just when you think you're making progress. It's called invisible lifestyle creep. You work hard, maybe you get a raise or pick up a side gig, and suddenly there's more money coming in. But instead of putting that extra cash toward your debt, you find yourself upgrading your life. Maybe it's new clothes, the latest gadgets, a nicer apartment, or more frequent trips and dinners out. It feels like you're finally getting to enjoy the fruits of your labor. But the debt, it lingers, quietly smiling at your delayed discipline. The more you reward yourself, the more your repayment rate stays the same, or drops. The result is that your debt sticks around much longer than it should, quietly growing in the background. You're working harder, but you're not moving forward. Before you know it, the extra money is gone, and the debt is still there, stubbornly refusing to leave. The third and most dangerous mistake is what I call the debt illusion trap. This is where you make the minimum payments every month, feeling responsible, like you're doing the right thing. After all, you're not missing payments, right? But all you're really doing is renting your own financial stress. Behind the scenes, compound interest is working against you, silently multiplying your debt like a virus. Each minimum payment barely dents the principal, and the interest keeps piling on, year after year. It's a trap that can cost you years of your life and thousands of dollars. Money that could have been invested, saved, or spent on things that truly matter to you. The illusion of responsibility keeps you stuck, and the real cost is much higher than you think. Here's the twist that almost no one talks about. Your brain actually prefers staying in debt. That's right. The human mind can get addicted to the safety and predictability of small payments. It's a financial comfort zone, a routine that feels manageable. Over time, that comfort zone quietly becomes a prison. You adapt to the stress, you rationalize the payments, and you convince yourself that you're doing enough, when in reality you're just treading water. So what's the real solution? It's not just about making more money, it's about having a smarter strategy. First, attack your highest interest debts with every extra dollar you can find. This is called the avalanche method, and it's proven to save you the most money in the long run, even if it doesn't give you the quick emotional wins of the snowball method. Next, track your emotional spending triggers. Are there certain times or feelings that lead you to spend rather than save? Being aware of these patterns can help you redirect that energy toward your financial goals. And above all, treat your debt like a fire. Don't just fan it away with the occasional payment. Extinguish it with focused urgency. The longer you let it smolder, the more damage it can do. Remember, debt doesn't die slowly. It multiplies quietly. Every day you wait, every minimum payment you make, and every dollar you spend on lifestyle upgrades instead of repayment allows that debt to grow stronger. It's not enough to have a repayment plan that's good enough. Ask yourself honestly, are you making any of these three mistakes that the financially free avoid at all costs? Because those who become financially unstoppable don't just pay debt, they defeat it. Are you making any of these three major debt repayment mistakes without even realizing it? That one question might be the silent reason why your financial freedom feels stuck, like running on a treadmill while watching others sprint ahead. You see, most people think paying off debt is just about throwing as much money as possible at their loans. But what if I told you that mindset is exactly what's keeping you broke longer than necessary? Mistake number one is what I call emotional repayment. Paying off the smallest debt first, just because it feels good to see it disappear. While popular, this method often ignores the interest monster quietly bleeding your wallet dry. Mistake number two is invisible lifestyle creep, where you start earning more, but don't increase your repayment rate. Instead, you reward yourself with better clothes, gadgets, or trips, while the debt quietly lingers, smiling at your delayed discipline. The third, and most dangerous mistake, is what I call the debt illusion trap. You make the minimum payments thinking you're being responsible, but all you're really doing is renting your own financial stress. Behind the scenes, compound interest is growing your burden like a virus, costing you years and thousands. And here's the twist no one talks about. Your brain actually loves staying in debt. It gets addicted to the safety of small payments, like a financial comfort zone that slowly becomes a prison. The real solution isn't in more money, it's in strategy. Attack high-interest debts first, track your emotional spending triggers, and above all, treat debt like a fire. Don't just fan it away, extinguish it with focused urgency. And remember this, debt doesn't die slowly, it multiplies quietly. So before you convince yourself that your repayment plan is good enough, ask again. Are you secretly making one of these three mistakes that the financially free avoid at all costs? Because those who become financially unstoppable don't just pay debt, they defeat it.